You were supposed to write about heartbreak. What the heck is this? Period! Read! Yeah! No! Why is the song so long? Dang it, Taylor, leave me alone! The chills that you didn't witness? Oh my god. Welcome to my channel, I'm Nisi. We're here to dive back into Red, the album. In case you guys did not see, last week I listened to Red for the very first time ever. I had never heard Red before. I had never heard the original. I had never heard the Taylor's version. I had never heard Red in any way, shape, or form. So I listened to that for the very first time. Right after Heartbreak, mind you, because my subscribers wanted to watch me suffer. We listened all the way down to track 16, which is Begin Again. That is where the standard edition of the album stops. And now we're going to be getting into part 2 of the Taylor's version, which is the vault tracks and the bonus tracks. I have heard even worse things about this half than I did the first one. So it sounds to me like this is about to be even more traumatic than it was the first time. So to be honest, I don't even want to like stall and prolong this intro because there's no use in trying to push back the inevitable trauma that we are about to face. But if you guys end up liking me and liking this reaction by the end of this video, I hope that you guys will consider hitting that subscribe button because we would love to have you here. And we still have so much more of Taylor's journey to get into. We still have 6 other of her projects that we haven't even touched. We haven't heard the OGs, we haven't heard the Taylor's versions, none of them. We still have to get into those. So I would love it if you guys would stick around and join that journey. And as always, if you want to watch this video in full, uncut, and follow along to lyrics with me, you can watch this video on my Patreon and the link is in the description. Now let's get this over with again. All right guys, here we go. Back with another dose of pain. Pain, but also healing. Now, I'm not necessarily listening for any sort of like chronological order with these like I was in the first half. The first half, I think, was very accurately representing like the process of a breakup, and I was kind of like following the story. But in this one, these are bonus tracks, right? So these are just tracks that are expanding upon the ideas that we've already established in the standard edition. So I'm not really listening for any sort of order or story. I'm just excited to see what other avenues of heartbreak we're about to go down. Like, what other feelings is she going to explore in this second half, because there's so many different types of emotions and feelings that go along with heartbreak. And what I love about Taylor is the way that she's always using such interesting and unique concepts and ideas, and how she can really expand on different feelings and emotions. And so that is what I'm excited for to get into for this half. And I'm also terrified. All right, no more stalling. I say we just jump right into this, you guys. We can do this. The first track is called The Moment I Knew. I can't tell why that's positive or negative. I'm trying to see, is this gonna destroy me or not? And I cannot tell just by the name. Ooh. Oh, y'all know how I love strings. Hold on. That cello, it's so dark too.
You should have been there. Should have burst through the door with that baby I'm right here smile, and it would have felt like,
oh, it's negative. No. Should have known.
Christmas lights glisten.
Oh.
I've got my eye on the door, just waiting for you to walk in. How you said you'd be here.
Oh, that line. How you said you'd be here.
You said you'd be here.
It's something about that line.
It was like slow.
Come on!
There was one thing missing. That was the moment I knew.
That was the moment I knew. Guys, we already started. See, we listened to Begin Again and Starlight, and I was just like, okay, we're in positivity, we're healing. Nope. Drag me right back. This is another song about like reflecting on the relationship, reflecting on the past, the way that she very much uses like words that indicate that this is kind of behind her, like should have been, would have been, could have been. And she has a song with that title. On Midnights. But like, it's very kind of reflecting on the past, but also mourning about a future that didn't happen. And I love how she says Christmas. She's using like this holiday because like Christmas is supposed to be such a positive, beautiful time. You know, like people love Christmas. It's supposed to be such a moment of positivity. And she's like attaching it to like the sad feeling of like not having someone here, like someone not being with you anymore. And all right guys, let's just do this. And the strings are making it worse. The strings are making this even sadder.
And the hours pass by. I just wanna be alone, but your close friends always seem to know when there's something really wrong. So they follow me down the hall.
Ooh.
He said he'd be here.
I love how
And
this
it
little
was
vocal
like
in the back. I love the red, Everyone else is happy. Yeah.
What do you do when the one who means the most to you is the one who didn't show?
This damn cello needs to go. I love how she keeps on saying you should have been here, or like he said he'd be here, because it just makes it, there's something about that line that's so devastating, because it feels like a broken promise. It feels like when someone tells you we're gonna be together forever or I'll never leave you, it just feels like a broken promise that you said that you would be here and you're not here. Like,
And they're all standing around me singing happy birthday to you.
not the birthday.
One thing missing, and that was
The moment I knew.
He called me later and said, I'm sorry I didn't make it. And I said, I'm sorry too. And that was the moment I knew.
I love this. I love this. Yo, she says, the whole song is called The Moment I Knew. And this entire song, she keeps saying, and that was the moment I knew. But she doesn't tell you what she knew. And that's what I love. Like, you have to kind of fill in the blanks as to what exactly is happening. She never once explains in the song, why is this person not here? What's going on? What are the other things that are going on in this relationship that this person wouldn't be here? And this whole time I was thinking that she's not with this person anymore. It seems like she's with this person still, but the relationship is like not going well. Like, there are bad things that are happening in this relationship to the point where they might be at the breaking point. And this person said that they would be at this significant event. At first she says it's Christmas, you know, and like everyone around is like laughing and things. We're like at this gathering. She said, your friends always seem to know when something is going on. And they asked me like, how are you? And she said he'd be here. And then later on, the song actually transforms to her birthday, you know, and then like it's her birthday and this person isn't here. It's a significant occasion that this person did not show up to, which is bad, right? And it's signifying that something is really wrong in the relationship. And I think that's what she means when she says, and that was the moment I knew. Like, that was the moment that I knew that this may not last. Or like, that was the moment I knew that we are about to reach our breaking point. I think that that's what she means. But I just love the fact that she never tells you. I love the fact that she never tells you what it is that she's realizing. And it's like, where is he? Where is he? If he's not here, where's he at? You know, this, like, Christmas, your birthday. Imagine being at like family events and things and your family's asking, oh, how is that person? And like, there's that feeling of just like embarrassment, not knowing what to say. There's like a sinking feeling inside of you. That feeling when you know that your relationship is about to reach the end, when you've realized how deep in a hole you actually are. I love that song. And the strings. And then I love how a lot of it is like so dark with this dark, rich cello. And then the chorus comes in and it kind of transforms to be like a little bit more poppy. Also, this is just something small that I've like realized. There have been multiple songs in this project so far where Taylor will kind of talk about how someone has been hurting her or disappointing her or letting her down. And then she'll say, but they picked up the phone, or like they called me and they said, oh, I still love you. Or they called me and said, I'll never do it again. Or they called me and say, I'm sorry I couldn't make it. Like, for some reason, it just kind of feels to me like this person, they hardly show up for her in person and like show her love in a personal actionable way, but then always just kind of like try to smooth things out over the phone, or like use their words over the phone to try to like pull her back in. But like, when do you ever show up for her in person? Why is this person always calling her over the phone to apologize, or calling her over the phone to ask for a second chance? Why don't you act right in person? Why don't you show up to the important events? Why don't you stop letting her down? Keep your promises. It's so crazy to me. That's just something like very small that I noticed. All right, the next song is called Come Back, ... Be Here. I think we can already see this is probably going to be a little sad.
You said it in a simple way. 4 a.m. the second day. How strange that I don't know you at all.
Uh-oh.
I told myself don't get attached, but in my mind I play it back, spinning faster than the plane.
Ooh, I like that line.
And this is when the feeling sinks in.
Hey.
I don't wanna miss you like this. Come back, be here. Come back, be here.
Well, I like how she dropped that down the last time. This is kind of like country-ish.
Delicate beginning rush, the feeling you can know so much without knowing anything at all. Never would have played so nonchalant. Taxi cabs and busy streets that never bring you back to me. I can't help but wish you took me with you.
Hey.
This is when the feeling sinks in.
Hey.
Come back, be here. I guess you're in London today.
Oh, I like how she changed the location.
This way.
So it sounds like she, like, I don't know if this is like a long distance type of relationship or what, or just like a person that kind of like travels a lot. I don't know, but it sounds like whoever this is, she didn't want to be attached to them. She didn't want to really fall for them, but somehow she did. And now this person is like leaving. Like, it sounds like they're kind of like always leaving. Like, they consistently go back and forth, because at first she said New York and now she's saying, I guess you're in London today. So this person is like constantly just kind of like moving around, and she's just like, I don't want to miss you like this. Like, the taxi cabs, what did she say? Like, the taxi cabs and busy streets, they never bring you back to me. I can't help but wish you took me with you. Like, yeah, like whoever this is like leaving or always on the go, and she's just like, come back, be here. And that sucks when you feel so strongly for a person and they're always leaving.
This is falling for you and you are worlds away. In New York,
New York.
be here.
Be
But
here.
you're in London in a breakdown in New York today.
Hey.
And I wanna need you this way. Come back, be here. Come back, be here.
Hey. So I don't really know why this person is away. So like, I don't know if they actually live in London and so it's just like a long distance thing, or if they're always traveling for work, or what it is. But whatever it is, she says, this is falling for you and you are worlds away. And that's just, I think that anyone who's been like in a long distance relationship for any amount of time knows how excruciating that is, to have such deep feelings for someone and you can't actually be with them physically for a lot of the time. It's like a very, very devastating thing. That's also something else that I've experienced. Dang it, Taylor, leave me alone. Leave me alone. You can call that person on the phone and have like phone conversations with them, and obviously that helps, but it's something about, you never realize how meaningful physical touch is until you cannot physically touch that person. What I'm wondering is like why this person is away. Like, are the feelings mutual? Does this person also like have very deep feelings for her? Does this person want to be where she is? Or are they kind of just like leaving whenever they need to leave and they don't really care about how she feels about it? That's what I wonder. She said you said it in a simple way. So it kind of sounds like she's saying, for you, this was simple, but for me, this is like excruciating. So I don't know. I don't know how deeply this other person feels for her. I would hope that they also don't want to leave her as well when they leave, but that's just very interesting. But I like the sound of that one. That one kind of felt like a little bit like country, you know, and it's just like a guitar moment, type of like acoustic type of moment, but still like poppy as well, a little bit upbeat. So I like that song as well. We're gonna move on to the next song, which is called Girl at Home.
Don't look at me, you got a girl at home and everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
What is this?
I don't even know her, but I feel a responsibility.
What is this?
It's upstanding and right. It's
Well, yes.
like a code, yeah.
Yes.
And you've been getting closer and closer and crossing so many lines. And it would be a fine proposition if I was a stupid girl.
Which we are not.
Don't look at me, you got a girl at home and everybody knows that. Everybody knows.
What is going on? Oh. Yo, what is going on? What is this sound? I was not expecting this. How do we go from the cello in the first song, and then we go to the like ding ding, like the upbeat little like acoustic moment, and then what the heck is this? What is this? I love the different type of sounds that she's been playing with all throughout this project. There's so many different types of sounds, and I love that. And it has like a little bit of like a feeling of like danger. It's like a little bit wild, a little bit reckless, kind of like danger type of sound. So I like that because that is what she's talking about. This guy is all up on her, trying to get her to be infidelic with him. And she's like, no. I love this line where she says, I don't even know her, but I feel a responsibility to do what's upstanding and right. We live. I don't need to know who this woman is for me to realize that it's not good to have affiliations with her man. And this man needs to fall off of a cliff. This man is trash. She's like, I need you to get away from me. Like, why are you all up on me when you know that you have a girl at home? I'm not playing these games with you. And I live.
Chase down the newest thing, take for granted what you have.
Let's kill him.
And it would be a fine proposition if I was a stupid girl. And yeah, I might go with it if I hadn't once been just like her.
Oh! You got a girl at home.
Everybody knows that. Call a cab, lose my number, you're about to lose your girl. Call a cab, lose my number, let's consider this lesson learned. Don't look
Sing!
at me, you got a girl at home and everybody knows that.
Hey!
Everybody knows
Hey!
that. If I hadn't once been just like her.
I love. It's like video games. I love that she brought that line back around because I just think that line is so significant. Like, it would have been, well, girl, it shouldn't have never been a fine proposition, but she said it would have been a fine proposition if I hadn't once been like her. So like, maybe I would have considered this, but if it wasn't for the fact that I know exactly how that feels. I know how it feels to be with someone and then your guy like cheats on you or like tries to hit on another girl. I was once just like her, and because I know that pain, because I know what that feels like, I would now never do that to another woman. This is devastating that this is relatable. This is devastating that I know what this feels like. This is a slimy, dirty little piece of crap that needs to fall off of a 20-story building. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. I do not condone. I would never condone. He's slimy, and I love how she puts her foot down and says, no, it's not going to be me. Because guess what? The way that you get him is where you lose him anyway, girl. If you tried to get with this man, he'd probably do the exact same thing to you. He has shown that he does not have a tendency to be faithful. He has shown that infidelity is just fine with him. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Taylor, remember Nobody No Crime? Do we remember Nobody No Crime? I know that this was after Red. But what happened in Nobody No Crime is exactly what this man needs. This is what this man deserves. He's exactly the same. Oh my gosh. I I really like that song. This song is just so interesting sonically. It's so interesting. Like the bass will like drop in as the chorus goes on. Like this song is a little bit like all over the place, but I like it because it's just like interesting to listen to. The next song is called State of Grace. We know this song, but it's the acoustic version. So we'll listen to it, like vibe out a bit, because I kind of want to see, I don't know, I kind of want to see what the song sounds like, just acoustic. It's gonna calm me.
I'm walking fast through the traffic lights, busy streets and busy lives, and all we know is touch and go.
Oh, I like how this sounds.
And I never saw you coming, and I'll never be the same. Don't let go.
Why is this making me sad?
We are alone, just you and me, for blue eyes.
Guys, this is still a positive, optimistic song, but it's the way that she's singing it makes this sad. It's not like, I can see like two people who are like in love, like having like a slow dance to this type of song. Like it's still positive and it's still about like having happy love. It just is so sentimental.
Never saw you coming. This is the worthwhile fight. Love is a ruthless game unless you play it good and right.
Which we did not.
These are the hands of fate. You're my Achilles heel. Never saw you coming.
Yeah, something about that song just feels so much more sentimental when it's slowed down like that. And I like it because, you know, the song is about having, you know, these preconceived notions about love, about like how sad love can be, how dangerous love can be, how hurtful love can be. And then meeting someone that you never saw coming and actually feeling a state of grace with them, and the way that it could transform you, the way that you view love, the way that you view the world, like the way that it transforms you. And I kind of already gave my basic feelings about this song when I reacted to it last week, but just like something about it being slowed down just makes it feel even more significant. It really highlights that feeling, that emotion of feeling like love is always going to destroy you, and then meeting someone that makes you feel differently. I was just imagining two people in love just slow dancing to this and just like feeling a sense of relief and peace of getting over the pain of past love. That's just what that made me feel like. The next song is called Ronan, but I had someone tell me that I should say Ronan for the end, and I had some other of you guys agree with that as well. So I have no idea what Ronan is about, but I'm just gonna obey. I'm just gonna obey, and we're gonna do it later, because if Ronan is gonna destroy me so much, we should push it back. We should push it back as far as possible. Okay, so we'll circle back, and we will come back to Ronan later. As of right now, we are going to move on to Better Man. This kind of feels bright. This sounds very positive. May we stay that way? Well, we'll see.
I know I'm probably better off on my own than loving a man who didn't know what he had when he had it.
Well, yes. I just wanted to say real quick, the reason why I stopped it, sorry, I stopped it so soon, but the melody of this kind of reminds me of, I bet you think I moved on to hate you. Like this, the melody of this is kind of like I Almost Do. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I'm just saying the melodies are very like similar to me.
I know the bravest thing I ever did was run.
Yes.
Sometimes
the sound of this. Taylor, shut up.
I know I'm probably better off all alone than needing a man who could change his mind at any given minute. And
Yes.
it was always on your terms, talking down to me like I'd always be around. Push my love away like it was some kind of loaded gun. Oh, you never thought I'd run.
Come on!
Sometimes in the middle of the night, I just wish you were a better man. But I know a better man. I wonder what we would have become if you were a better man. We might still be in love if you were a better man. We had to say goodbye like the back of my hand, man. I know I'm a better man.
Why is the song so long?
Better man. We might still be in love if you were a better man. You would have been the one if you were a better man.
Shut up. Shut up! Shut up! Just shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Stop singing. Shut the heck up. Oh my God. So, I'm sorry. Just like, what the heck is this song? What is this? What is this? What is this? This was invented for nothing other than to be a personal attack on my entire being. It was only created just to destroy. It was interesting when she said, I wish it wasn't 4 a.m. standing in the mirror saying to myself, you know you had to do it. Just, I don't know, like, because she said 4 a.m. and the song where she was talking about, you know, it was like 4 a.m. your flight or something was 4 a.m. So I just thought that was interesting. The thing that makes this song like so devastating is the fact that this whole time she's like listing ways in which this person is not good for her. The ways in which this person has hurt her. She literally says right here, and I see the permanent damage you did to me. Like, she acknowledges how terrible this is. But instead of saying like, I wish I had a better man, I wish a better man would come along and show me what good love is, she says, I wish that you were a better man. And something about that is just so devastating. Like, there's some, even though this person has done so much to her, there's something about them where, like, instead of her wishing that she had someone else, she would still want you. She said, I know the bravest thing I ever did was run. And that's like so true, that it is so brave to finally make the decision to leave, because it could be so easy to stay. Like this line where she says, never again, I just wish I could forget when it was magic. And that is the thing that keeps people in toxic relationships. Like, they'll see that this relationship is really bad and it's doing you a lot of harm and it's not good, but something about them just can't let go of the moments that are good. The moments that are good, the moments that are magic, they let that override all of the other negative things that are happening. And that's what keeps people in these bad relationships for a really long time, is that they just can't let go of those good moments. And so I love that she said the bravest thing I ever did was run, because that's so hard to do when your relationship sometimes feels like magic. We love how Taylor really goes into her feelings. Instead of just saying like, you made me so sad, you hurt me, she really goes into specifics. Just saying like, you could change your mind at any given minute. It was always on your terms. I waited on every careless word, hoping they might turn sweet again. I love that writing, because you speak so down on me. Like, you degrade me so much. I like hang on to your words, hoping that one day you'll have something nice to say to me again. And then like your jealousy, oh, I hear it now, talking down to me like I'll always be around. You talk down to me like you just assumed that I would never leave you. You assumed that I would never be brave enough to walk away. And that actually says a lot about what you think about me, and the respect that you think that I have for myself, and the fact that you think that I'm so weak that you can continuously take advantage of me and I will never leave you. Well, I did. And that was the bravest thing that I could have done. And I just love that. The stage before you start looking for someone else, you just wish that that person was better. It's a terrible thing to feel because the person will not be better unless they actually want to change themselves, unless they actually want to be a better person. They're not gonna be better. And so that's why it's so devastating to listen to. I just wish that you were a better man. He probably won't be. Better man? That is so good. We're moving on. We are moving on. The next song is called Nothing New featuring Phoebe Bridgers. I have heard of her. Isn't she in, she's in Boy Genius. I've only ever heard one song of Boy Genius. I've never like really gotten into their discography, but I hear a lot of good things about Phoebe Bridgers.
They tell you while you're young.
Oh.
Girls go out and have your fun.
Yes.
Then they hunt and slay the ones who actually do it.
Well, yes. You can never be happy. You never win.
You down and then they sigh and say she looks like she's been through it.
Read them.
It's like I can feel time moving.
Ooh, I love that line.
Person know everything at 18, but nothing at 22. And we still want me when I'm nothing new.
Oh, the chills that you didn't witness? Voice? Yo!
My cheeks are growing tired.
Sing!
From turning red and faking smiles.
Wow.
Someone else lights up the room. People love an ingenue.
Well, yes.
I've had too much to drink tonight. It's like I can feel time moving.
Wow.
How can a person know everything at 18, but nothing at 22?
Y'all.
You still want me when I'm nothing new.
Yo, this song. Oh my gosh. We kind of like moved away from the heartbreak for a second. And just like it gives me like Lucky One vibes of like moving away from like the heartbreak for a second. The self like reflection of this, the introspection on this song of like being so young and kind of feeling low-key like worthless, not really knowing your place in life, and then like people are telling you to do this and do that and do this, so you don't know which way is right. Just the growing pains of being young like that. How can a person know everything at 18 but nothing at 22? When you're 18, you're like graduating your teen years. Like you're almost like graduating out of being a teenager. Like you understand high school, you understand what it's like to be like a teenager. You understand, I guess, like how to navigate that part of your life because you've been a teen for so long. You've almost like mastered that. And then you move to 22 and it's like everything changes again. Like you graduated high school, you're probably in college, you're trying to figure out what your career is. Like you're drinking, you know, she's talking about like alcohol. I think I've drank too much. Now you're navigating that. You're navigating your social life and parties and things. Like it's a whole new challenge now that you have to face because you stepped into a new phase of your life. And it's like at 18, I thought I had it. Like at 18, I thought I finally figured out what life was about. I thought I finally got it down. And then you move to 22 and you're like, shit. Like that. Now it's like a whole another phase that I just know nothing about. And that's what life is going to be like for the rest of your life. You're going to constantly enter a new phase and not know what the heck you're doing. Wait till you're 80 and then you're in like a home and you're like, well, I don't know how to navigate this place.
I know someday I'm gonna meet her. It's a fever dream, the kind of radiance you only have at 17. She'll know the way and then she'll say she got the map from me. I'll say I'm happy for her, then I'll cry myself to sleep. I've had too much to drink tonight, but I wonder if they'll miss me once they drive me out. Will you still want me? Will you still want me when I'm nothing new?
This is crazy. This is crazy. I love how this song, I think, can like relate to so many people. Like it can relate to normal people like me. Like how literally just a few minutes ago I was giving my own like personal take on this song and how this song personally touched me. But also being a celebrity, it's like a whole nother aspect of that. Are we only biding time till I lose your attention and someone else lights up the room? And then this part that's so insane. I know someday I'm gonna meet her. It's a fever dream. The kind of radiance you only have at 17. She'll know the way, and then she'll say she got the map from me. She's kind of saying that she'll feel like she'll burn out in the public's eye, and then there'll be someone new who comes along and kind of like takes her place, and then she'll be the one that lights up the room. But she'll say, I got the map from you. Like, I got here. I learned how to get this far because I followed in your steps. That's kind of like touching to know that you inspired someone else. But also that's so devastating that like, it's a devastating feeling. Like you don't want to admit it, but it's a devastating feeling of like someone coming along and taking your light. But also because they followed your map, you basically opened the door. Like you had to go through all the like the breaking the boundaries, you know, and like doing things that no one's ever like thought could be done. And like you're the one who had to go through all the hurdles that you had to jump over, and you cleared the way for someone else to come in and for it to be easier for them to make it. This is like such a deep song about just like trying to find your place in the world, and then like the extra layer of like the industry, trying to figure out like what is your purpose in the industry. How loved am I? How replaceable am I? This line right here is really interesting. How long will it be cute? All this crying in my room when you can't blame it on my youth. That's so interesting. Like, what does she mean by that? Like, is she saying like physically crying in her room, you know, like people around her who like know her personally? When will they stop caring about her tears? Or she's saying when I write my songs, like when I write songs that are like slow and sad and emotional, how long will people, you know, find it cute? How long will people find my sad songs relatable and enjoyable? Was she questioning how long she was going to be able to do that and be successful with it? I don't know. That's such an interesting line. Taylor, leave it up to Taylor to always explore like every single concept under the sun, every single stage, every single type of sadness. Leave it up to Taylor to explore it. And Phoebe Bridgers, her voice is so good. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like very just like soothing and like very like, it's just kind of like this very unique quality about it. So I really like her voice. All right, guys, let's move on. The next song is called Babe. Babe. Is this gonna be positive? Have we found someone new? I don't know.
Promises, promises.
All right. What about your promises? Sad.
What a shame. Didn't wanna be the one that got away.
Ooh, come on, Melody.
I'm here on the kitchen floor. You call, but I won't hear it. You said no one else. How could you do this, babe?
Ah.
You really do this, babe. This is the last time I'll ever call you babe.
It's the last time I ever called you babe. So she's like speaking to that person as babe, and she's saying like, this is the last time I'm ever gonna call you babe, but this is also the last time I'm ever gonna call you babe. Like, this is the last time I'm ever gonna refer to you as babe, because you're no longer mine, because you just screwed this up. Exactly.
And it's strange how your face doesn't look so innocent. Your secret has its consequence, and that's on you, babe.
Yes. Hey.
I keep picturing your lips on your neck. I can't unsee it.
There's always this mystery her.
Because of you, I can't love you, babe. Got away. How could you do this, babe?
Hey.
Never call you.
The last time. I really like the song because this one I don't know, reminded me of the first song that we just listened to. The moment I knew, like when she says like he said he'd be here, like it just reminds me of like the broken promises. Also, I really like how she says like this is the last time, because obviously this is the last time I'm asking you this. That song is so good. The amount of times I've listened to that song since I did the reaction. You broke the sweetest promise that you never should have made. Just stop making promises that you're not actually gonna keep. And I don't know who this her is, but clearly there was someone else in the picture. And then that just reminds me of Girl I Was. What was the song called? The song where she's basically talking about like, I would never, you know, mess around with a guy who already has a girl, because I've been that woman before. I've been the girl who has been like cheated on, or like whose man left her for someone else. It takes me back to that, because there is another girl in this equation. And I love how like in Taylor's albums, there's always just this like mystery her that she rarely ever talks about. So just drop the word her and you're just like, well, who the heck is that? And then she never says, obviously she's not going to sit here and like name drop, but like you just always just wonder, who is this her that just like is lingering in the shadows? I really like that song. I like the melody of it. Like, da-na-na. I just really, really like the melody of that. The next song is called Message in a Bottle. All right.
Oh, that you like me, and it's kind of frightening. Standing here waiting, and I became hypnotized by freckles and bright eyes. I'm reaching for you, terrified. 'Cause you could be the one that I love.
Hey!
I could be the one that you dream. Message in a bottle is all I can do. Standing here hoping to get to you.
This one is reminding me of Everything Has Changed. This kind of like positive, thank God, like the kind of like positive, like optimistic type of vibe of like, I could be the reason that you can't sleep at night. I could be the one that you keep. You could be the one that I keep. You know, like the kind of like positive optimisticness of that. But also she said freckles and bright eyes, which is what she said on Everything Has Changed. She said like, all I remember is like freckles and like bright eyes, or like green eyes, I think, something like that. So that's what this is giving me, of like the optimism of like, this could potentially happen. This could potentially be the next new thing.
Replaying your laughter, disaster. 'Cause now you're so far away and I'm down, feeling like a face in the crowd. I'm reaching for you, terrified. 'Cause you could be
Come on!
How is it in London?
Yes.
Where are you while I'm wondering if I'll ever see you again?
Sing! I love how she's singing on this project, how she's really pushing her
Be
voice.
the one that I love. Now I'm standing here hoping to get to you.
Okay, this song is reminding me obviously of like the long distance song that we were talking about. I felt that way before she even mentioned London, because she keeps saying, but now you're so far away and I'm down. And so the song is kind of like giving, I'm a bit terrified because I'm terrified of love. And she says like, I'm reaching for you, terrified because you could be the one that I love. So it's kind of like, it kind of gives like that feeling of like where there's like that crush, or someone that like maybe you're just like in the beginning stages with, and like you feel like this could really, really be something, and you're like kind of like nervous about that, because we all get very like nervous and very scared about love. And a message in a bottle is like obviously a metaphor, and like it's just a really indirect form of communication, because putting a message in a bottle is like you put like a letter in a bottle, put the little cork thing on, and then you like put it in the ocean, and then you just hope that like the current travels with the bottle and like sends the bottle to where it needs to go. So it's like a very, very indirect form of messaging, and saying like hoping it gets to you. Like there's like this hope involved because there's like this fear that maybe it won't happen, but like I'm hoping that this gets to you. I'm hoping that this can be something, and this person is also very far away. So like there's that. And say like I'm restless, work days are endless, look how you've made me. Like I'm just like a mess because I'm constantly thinking about you. I'm constantly replaying your laughter, disaster. She's just like wondering if I'll ever see you again. So it's like she's wondering, like, is this ever gonna be something? Am I ever gonna see you again? But like just seeing your face and like remembering your freckles and your eyes is just like driving me insane. It's driving me crazy. I like that song. That song has like a very like poppy kind of like bright vibe to it. So I kind of like feel that song, and I think that it kind of like has this sort of correlation to Everything Has Changed. Just like the message of it, and also just like, again, like the freckles and green eyes type of thing. And so I'm wondering if those two things are kind of linked. It's a story with this boy in London. All right, so the next song is called I Bet You Think About Me, featuring Chris Stapleton.
3 a.m. and I'm still awake. I'll bet you're just fine, fast asleep in your city. It's better than mine. And the girl in your bed has a fine pedigree, and I'll bet your friends tell you she's better than me.
The harmonica has entered the building.
Oh, they sit around talking about the meaning of life and the book that just saved them that I hadn't heard of. I'm harder to forget than I was to leave, and I bet you think about me.
Come on, attitude! Attitude with the harmonica is crazy.
I was raised on a farm, no it wasn't a mansion.
Yeah.
Just living room dancing and kitchen table bells.
No, that.
But you know what they say, you can't help who you fall for. You laughed at my dreams, rolled your eyes at my jokes.
What?
I don't have to be your shrink to know that you'll never be happy.
And
I bet you think
about me. Period. Read.
Why did you let her go? Does it make you feel sad that the love that you're looking for is the love that you had?
Well, yes.
I bet you think about me when you say, oh my God, she's insane, she wrote a song about me. I bet you think about me.
Read. Drag. You with your little fancy smancy champagne glasses on your $1 million couch and your crazy car and your fake friends, you are gonna miss. I bet you think about me. I just bet the love that you're looking for was with me. We were two different people coming from two different worlds, two different crests in life, but I know what I gave you. We may not have come from the same circles, but I know that I gave you love and time and affection and energy that you are not going to get from anywhere else. You're not going to get that from money. Money's not going to give that to you. And that girl that's in your bed, she might have a nice pedigree or whatever, but is she going to give you what I gave you? Well, no. I love how she gets in specifics too, and like really lays out the story of saying like, you came from like the Silver Spoon gated community. I grew up on the farm, just like living room dancing and like kitchen table bills, but we fell for each other. But then reality creeped in and you said that we were too different, and you laughed at my dreams and rolled your eyes at my jokes. And then next thing you know, like, we broke up. I love that song. I love how she sang it with attitude too. I feel like even the instrumental had like attitude, the way that it would like break and come back in and things like that. I just live. I thought that Chris Stapleton was gonna have a bigger part. It kind of just was like backgrounds, but that's fine. Taylor's features are so interesting. You never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes they'll get their whole verse and then they'll be intertwined, and sometimes you'll not notice that they're there. Shout out to Lana. All right, moving on to the next song called Forever Winter. That sounds not good. Let's get into this. I like the horn.
He says he doesn't believe anything much he hears these days. He says, why fall in love just so you can watch it go away?
Well.
He spends most of his nights wishing it was how it used to be. He says it's not just a phase I'm in. My voice comes out begging. All this time I didn't know you were breaking down. I'd fall to pieces on the floor if you weren't around. Forever winter if you go. His laugh is a symphony. When the lights go out, it's hard to breathe. I pull at every thread, trying to solve the puzzles in his head. Live my life scared to death. He'll decide to leave instead.
No. Stop. Stop. What did Sabrina say? Heartbreak is one thing, this ish is another. This ish is another. We can talk about heartbreak all day, Taylor, but this ish. Okay, I think that we see is when you have a friend who's going through a hard time, a very difficult time, and sometimes you don't realize how much they're going through, because she says like his laugh is a symphony. Sometimes you don't realize how much they're going through, and you realize that if you were to ever not be with them, if you were to ever have to do life without them, it would be a devastating thing.
My voice comes out screaming. All this time I didn't know you were breaking down. I'd fall to pieces on the floor if you weren't around.
Yes.
If I was standing there in your apartment, I'd take the bomb in your head and disarm it. I'd say I love you even at your darkest, and please don't go. I didn't know. Too young to know it gets better. I'll be summer sun for you forever. I say believe in one thing that won't go away.
Taylor just sings about everything under the sun, every feeling, every emotion under the sun. And I'm not playing with you today. I'm not playing with you today. We discussed heartbreak. You were supposed to write about heartbreak. What the heck is this? You're supposed to write about relationships. Romantic relationships, not this. If I was standing in your apartment, I'd take that bomb in your hand and disarm it. I'd say I love you even at your darkest, and please don't go. I'll be your summer sun forever, like just wanting them to know I'm always going to be here for you. I love you at your darkest. I love you in any stage that you are in, and I know that you're going through a lot right now. I'm always going to be here for you. Please don't go, because it would be winter for me forever, for your family forever, for every single person who knows you. Such a hopeless feeling too, it feels like, because you can't control what actions they take. You can only just tell them. You can only just try your best to tell them that I'm going to be here for you no matter what, and try everything to show up for them. That's all that you can do. In the first verse, she says things that are like I don't know if you guys know the signs of like when someone is going through that thing. When someone is going through this, one of the signs is like when they are extremely pessimistic about everything. And so I like how in the beginning she gives that example. It's like he says he doesn't believe anything he hears these days. He says, why fall in love just so you can watch it go away? He spends most nights wishing it was how it used to be. Like, she's literally talking about the signs. All this time I didn't know, and that guilty feeling. But it's so much better to feel guilty now than it is to feel guilty after the fact. So you just have to try everything that you can to help this person. Taylor, I'm done with you. Run featuring Ed Sheeran? When did these things happen? When does Ed Sheeran just come out the woodworks? I literally never heard these songs of like Taylor and Ed Sheeran until I started listening to this album. Where did he come from? Sounds really pretty.
Give me the keys, I'll bring the car back around. We shouldn't be in this town.
Ooh.
So give me a reason and don't say no, no. There's a chain around your throat, piece of paper where I wrote, I'll wait for you. And run, like you run from the law. Darling, let's run from it all.
Yeah.
See your life like a child.
Oh,
You sing like no one cares.
it sounds so soothing.
I could see this view 100 times. Pale blue sky reflected in your eyes. So give me a reason and don't say no, no. Darling, let's run.
Sounds so peaceful too.
Run from it all. We can go like they're trying to chase us. Go where no one else is. Run.
This song sounds like so like soothing and delicate and like peaceful, which I like because the song is about like getting away, like trying to escape all the noise, escaping other people, their opinions, which I feel like hits even deeper when you're a celebrity, you know, like wanting to escape the opinions of everyone else and just like taking your lover and just running, like just going away somewhere where you can escape and have like peace. And so I like the way that this song sounds so peaceful. Give me the keys, I'll bring the car around. We shouldn't be in this town. Like we shouldn't be in this town. This town is not for us. We don't belong here. And my so-called friends, they don't know. So like that's giving the impression that like my friends are fake. Or my friends don't really care about me. They don't care about us. They're not supportive. I just think that it's just so funny because we reacted to the Long Pond studio sessions. And, you know, this is like the second time now that we've been listening to this project where I just think back to that moment where Jack said, you've been writing forever about wanting to get out, about just ready to run away and get away from it all. And like you're always writing about escaping. And this song reminds me of that. Like she's always just talking about escaping somewhere else. Like, where are you going? I like their voices together too. I love Ed's voice. So I like their voices together and the way it's just like so soothing and calming. Yeah, I like that song. All right, the next song is called The Very First Night.
I wish I could fly high. I'd pick you up and we'd go back in time.
This is so bright.
Every weekend, the same party. I never go alone, and I don't seem broken-hearted. I don't know about the night in the hotel.
Hey.
They were riding in the car when we both fell. Didn't read the note on the Polaroid picture. I wish I could fly high. I'd pick you up and we'd go back in time. I'd write this in the sky. I miss you like it was the very first night. Back then we didn't know.
Say the grace.
We were built to fall apart. We broke the status quo. Then we broke each other's hearts. But don't forget about the night out in LA. Dance in the kitchen, chase me down through the hallway.
Dance in the kitchen.
No one
The
knows
kitchen light.
I'm the one on the phone as you whisper. Do you know how much I miss you?
We are never ever getting back together, right? That's what they did that
I
song.
wish that we could go back in time. Take me away to you.
Okay, so this is one of Taylor's like very, very poppy songs, which you guys know how I feel about her very, very poppy songs. So I didn't 100% connect with this one sonically. It's weird because sometimes I do. Like sometimes she has poppy sounds, but like I still kind of like feel it, like 22. But like this one, I don't know why I felt this one a little less. Like I didn't connect with this one 100%. The song is about like being with someone, having a great time with the relationship is great, but like something happened. She said we broke each other's hearts. And now it's like, but I miss you like it was the very first night. Kind of just like, again, like reminiscing on like the really good times of it, and like really, really missing what it used to be, the good times. And like she's insinuating that her friends are kind of like, my friends all say they know everything I'm going through. So like her friends are like trying to support her. She's like, but y'all don't know what it was like though. You know, when like y'all weren't there when this happened and when that happened. Like they'll never know how special this was. They'll never know how meaningful it was because they weren't there. That reminiscing of it and wishing that you could kind of like get it back. Take me away to you. All roads lead to you. Like the wanting to go back so bad. It's very relatable. It's a very relatable feeling. You guys, we have made it to All Too Well, the 10-minute version. I've heard so much about this song. I've heard so much. Well, no, I haven't. I haven't heard a lot about this song. I've heard people talk about the song a lot. Like I've heard people speak of how much they like the song, but I don't know what like the specifics. I don't know where the song is about to go. Obviously, we've heard the original and I really like that one. That part where the emotion starts to build up and she's like, maybe we got lost in translation. Maybe I asked for too much. That's one of the greatest things I've ever heard in my life. That's so good. That's so good. So I don't really know what happens in the 10-minute version. Like, is the song going to be like completely different, but we just keep the All Too Well part? Or like the verse is going to be the same, but we just add new verses? Like, I don't know. We're about to listen to a 10-minute song. Who does this? Who creates a 10-minute song? I don't know. Taylor Swift, apparently. Let's get into this, guys. I just don't know what to expect. So let's get into this 10-minute song called All Too Well. The melody's the same, but it sounds a little different. I'm scared.
I walked through the door with you. The air was cold, but something about it felt like home. Some hand in your drawer, even now.
Yeah, it's like in a different key. Or like octave. Whatever you would call it in music. It's like, it's lower.
Singing in the car, getting lost upstate. Autumn leaves.
Yes, I've been listening to this.
That magic's not here no more. And I might be okay, but I'm not fine at all. Wind in my hair, I was there. I remember it all too well.
It sounds so different being lower.
Album on the counter. Your cheeks were turning red. You told me about your past, thinking your future was me and I. You were tossing me the car keys, fuck the patriarchy, keychain on the ground. We were always skipping town, and I was thinking on the drive down, anytime now he's gonna say it's a love. You never called it what it was. After 3 months in the grave, and then you wondered where it went to as I reached for you, but all I felt was shame, and you held my lifeless frame. I know it's long gone and there was nothing else I could do. 'Cause here we are again in the middle of the night. We're dancing around the kitchen in the refrigerator light. Down the stairs, I was there.
Keep adding yourself.
Me like a secret, but I kept you like an oath. Sacred prayer, and we'd swear to remember it all too well.
We swear to remember it. Yeah. No.
Maybe this thing was a masterpiece till you tore it all up. Running scared, I was there. I remember it all too well. And you call me up again just to break me like a promise. Oh, oh, oh.
must stop. We must stop because there's so much. Oh my gosh. This goes back to the first song. What is it? The Moment I Knew. First of all, she said if we had been closer in age, maybe it would have been fine. I know that there was someone that she dated where there was like a significant like age difference. And then she also had said something about that earlier. So that goes back to that. And that made me want to die because like that's something that you can't change. Like that's not a quality about herself that she can change. What was this picture that you had of me? Like you don't actually see me. You wanted something else. What is this picture that you envision of me? Some not weeping in a party bathroom, which just goes back to the moment I knew. Like weeping in the bathroom. How her dad watched her watch the front door all night willing you to come. And he said, it's supposed to be fun turning 21. I'm wondering if that's going back to the moment I knew when she said that it was her birthday and people were singing happy birthday and she just kept wanting that other person to show up. Oh, we're gonna get into all this new stuff. We have new material.
Time won't fly, it's like I'm paralyzed by it. I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. After plaid shirt days and nights when you made me your own, 'cause you remember it all too well. 'Cause there we are again, and I loved you so.
Back before you lost the one real thing you'll ever know.
And I was never good at telling jokes, but the punchline goes, I'll get older, but your lovers stay my age. From when your Brooklyn broke my skin and bones, I'm a soldier who's returning half her weight.
Oh.
And did the twin flame bruise paint you blue? Just between us,
Said Grace.
the love affair maim you too.
This is too much. She keeps saying things that relate to other songs. Did the twin flame bruise paint you blue? And remember in State of Grace, she said twin flames, 4 blue eyes. So like 2 like good things from State of Grace turning bad in this song. Now you're painted blue instead of our eyes being blue. And I said like blue eyes like represents like, you know, like innocence. But now you're blue, which is like sadness. And her saying, I still remember the first fall of snow. And she said earlier, like we fell for each other like the first fall of snow or something like that. Huh? I can't do it.
Listen, does it feel? I remember it all too well.
She said that earlier. Slowing down. We love a fade. We love a fade. I love the way it fades out. It feels so symbolic of the love fading out. So the song, like, she kept all the same parts of the other song, but just like added something new. And like for some reason I thought that she would just like attach like whatever is new to the end of it, but she like intertwined it all like in between the old G version of the song. And this reminds me too of like the song that we were literally just listening to, where they were talking about, you know, like getting away together in a car, like getting in the car and like going and getting lost somewhere else, and her saying, you were tossing me the car keys at the patriarchy keychain on the ground. You were always skipping we were always skipping town. I'm just imagining that moment, and I'm imagining she's like driving in the car and like she's so happy being with him, but and like her thinking in her head, anytime he's gonna say this is love, anytime, and he never does. The way that this intertwines with so many of the other songs on the project, I love it, because the whole song is about remembering these old moments of our relationship. And it's like throughout the album she's detailing moments of their relationship, and then she recalls it in this song, which just makes it feel all the more real. And then F the patriarchy is crazy, because like almost like being a feminist, like he's like a male feminist, but then like you treated her like crap, or you didn't treat her very well. So the irony of that. And I love how it makes so much sense, like tying in these new verses with like the older ones, but they make so much sense because she starts talking about like being like dead and gone and buried and like checking for a pulse and things, which reminds me of like other songs that she has, but she's talking about checking for like a pulse. And like the Midnight's like extra like bonus tracks, reaching for you and stuff, and just talking about how it's like gone. And then she comes back with the other verse, the older verse, and saying, I know it's long gone and there was nothing else I could do. And it just ties in so well the ideas of them. You kept me like a secret, and I kept you like an oath. Like, you kept me almost like this was something to be ashamed of, or something that you would hide, and I kept this like a promise. And I love how she says, I was never good at telling jokes, because there's another song where she says, like, you would roll your eyes at my jokes. And then like another song earlier in the project where she says, he never thought that I was funny. And so she says, I was never good at telling jokes. So I love how she says that, because it ties into the fact that like he never thinks that you're funny. And she says, but the punchline goes, I'll get older, but your lovers stay my age. And isn't that just so ironic? Because you said if I was older, maybe it would have been fine. Maybe it would have been different. But I am now getting older, and your lovers are still my age. I've been through this. I'm done. I'm done with her. There's so much thought that she put into this. So many callbacks that she makes, and it just all makes sense. Guys, that was all too well 10-minute version. That was great. That was great. Guys, we're going to circle back to Ronan, which was the song that we skipped earlier, and that is going to be the last song on here. So let's do this, guys. Let's listen to Ronan.
I remember your bare feet down the hallway. I remember your little laugh.
Oh no.
Race cars on the kitchen floor, plastic dinosaurs.
A kid.
I remember your blue eyes looking into mine, like we had our own secret club. I can still feel you hold my hand, little man. And
Little boy.
even the moment I knew you fought it hard like an army guy. Come on, baby, with me, we're gonna fly away from here. You were my best for years. Flowers pile up in the worst way. No one knows what to say about a beautiful boy who died. And
Oh my
it's
God.
about to be Halloween. I remember the last day when I kissed your face and whispered in your ear. Come on, baby, with me, we're gonna fly away from here. Out of this curtained room in this hospital gray, we'll just disappear. You were my best for years.
Well,
And what if I really thought some miracle would see us through? What if the miracle was even getting one moment with you?
yeah.
Come on, baby, with me, we're gonna fly away from here. I remember your bare feet down the hallway. I love you to the moon and back.
Well, that was that. Yeah. He was always writing songs for other situations, like even if she herself has like never experienced it. I'm just thinking about lots of other songs that she writes like for other people, obviously, like Epiphany. I don't know if this was the kid that she actually knew, or this could be like, the song is called Ronan, so I don't know if this is like a kid that she made up, or if this is a kid that she knew some type of way. It could have been a kid that she was like related to, or maybe like a friend's kid. The worst thing in the entire world is when a kid dies. It's sad when any person dies. And like, for instance, like most of us are going to lose our parents, you know, at some point, grandparents, aunts, uncles. But it's something about when someone young dies, specifically someone younger than you dies, that kind of feels like that kind of feels like being like cheated, like being robbed of something. Like it's not fair. It's not fair because that's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to bury people who are younger than you are. You're not supposed to bury your kid. That is my biggest fear that I have in my life, that I'm gonna have a kid and I'm gonna have to bury my kid. It's the worst thing that any human being can ever go through. You guys have to let me know if that's like a real kid or if that's like a kid that she made up, or is that a kid that she knows. Either way, there are like many children who actually do die, unfortunately. And the song is for that. The song is for that. I kind of want to act like I never heard this. Like, it's like a really beautiful song. I don't know how she's able to do that thing where she, like, if she's never experienced this before, if this isn't like a real kid that she knows, the way that she's able to put that into words as someone who's never experienced it is kind of crazy. That's a very, very heavy song. I usually don't get super emotional when I'm listening to music unless like a feeling and emotion is something that I've experienced and it's like very, very fresh. That is like, that did something to me. I don't know how. I've never cried on this channel. Yeah, and that would never happen again. That would never happen again. Guys, we reached the end of Red, Taylor's version, the entire thing, all 30 tracks. We have now reached the end of that. That was a journey. I feel like we've experienced so much of, like, she talked so much about the process of a breakup, and I think that she really, really portrayed that so well. Like, I know that some of you guys were telling me in the comment section that some people think that this album is not cohesive. Tell me when a breakup has ever been cohesive. There's so many moments where, like, you will tell yourself, well, I'm never getting back with that person. I hate that person. That person's horrible. Next thing you know, you're almost about to get back together with them, and then you're reminiscing. Like, a breakup is never cohesive. And I think that she did a really good job in displaying the process of that, exploring so many different concepts of what a breakup feels like the sadness, the remembrance, the I really want this back, I really don't want this back, the anger, the frustration, every feeling, every emotion that you can feel, the way that she portrayed that. And then also exploring other areas of sadness, having sadness within yourself, of like not really knowing who you are and like battling with that. Or, you know, Ronan, that song. I love the way that we got All Too Well again, even like getting State of Grace again, but just getting, like, almost finding a way to portray a song where all the lyrics are exactly the same, but it evokes a different type of emotion in you. Like, that's just so unique. And yeah, I'm up. I don't know how you recover from that one. I'm just gonna be messed up for the rest of the day. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm gonna be messed up for the whole day. But I appreciate you guys telling me to save this for last, because I don't think I would have been able to focus on anything else. Nothing else feels sad after you listen to that. That is the saddest thing you will ever hear. Literally. I'm gonna give you guys my favorite tracks out of what we just listened to. My favorites were The Moment I Knew, Girl at Home, Ronan, Better Man, Nothing New, I Bet You Think About Me, Forever Winter. Oh my god. That song is also so sad. See, Ronan just makes you forget everything. That song is also devastating. And then All Too Well, the 10-minute version. Those were my favorites out of the ones that we just listened to. I'm messed up. Like, I'm not well. I need to go. I'm done with y'all. I'm done with you guys, and I'm done with Taylor for the day. Thank you guys so much for watching this with me. Thank you so much for experiencing Red with me again. And, you know, watch part 1 if you haven't watched part 1. Thank you for coming back here for part 2. Subscribe if you guys want to see more, because we still have to get into Taylor's other songs as well. So many other albums that we still have to do of hers that we have not gotten to. If there's anything in her discography sadder than Ronan, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. No. Yes. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys later. Love you guys. Hate you right now, but love you guys. Bye.